Brown-throated sloth, the most common sloth. It has a brown face and moves very slowly in trees. It's so widespread that when most people picture a sloth, they are probably thinking of this one. Its fur is often home to algae, giving it a green tint that helps it blend in with the leafy canopy of its rainforest home. This symbiotic relationship is a perfect example of nature's ingenuity, providing camouflage for the sloth while the algae gets a place to live. The sloth's diet consists mainly of leaves, which are tough to digest and offer very little energy. This is the primary reason for its famously slow lifestyle. It must conserve every bit of energy it consumes, moving at an average speed of just 0.24 kilometers per hour. It is one of the slowest mammals on the planet. Its long, curved claws act like hooks, allowing it to hang effortlessly from branches for hours, even while sleeping or giving birth. Despite its sluggishness in the trees, the brown-throated sloth is a surprisingly good swimmer, often dropping from a branch into water to travel to a new area or escape a predator. The brown fur on its throat and face gives it its name, and helps distinguish it from other sloth species. Hoffmann's two-toed sloth has two toes on its front feet and likes sleeping during the day. This nocturnal creature spends most of its daylight hours curled up in a ball, high in the trees, making it very difficult to spot. When night falls, it becomes more active, leisurely foraging for leaves, fruits, and flowers. Unlike its three-toed cousins, the Hoffmann's two-toed sloth has a more varied diet, which sometimes includes small insects and animal matter. Its two prominent, hook-like claws on its forelimbs are incredibly strong, supporting its entire body weight as it hangs upside down. It has a longer snout and shaggier fur compared to three-toed sloths, and it lacks the distinct facial markings that make the three-toed sloth appear to be smiling. These sloths can live for a very long time, with some individuals in captivity reaching over 30 years of age. They are solitary animals, generally only coming together to mate. Their slow metabolism means they only need to descend to the forest floor to defecate about once a week, a risky journey that exposes them to predators like jaguars and ocelots. Pygmy three-toed sloth, very small and rare. It lives only on one tiny island. This critically endangered species is a fascinating example of island dwarfism, a biological phenomenon where species evolve to a smaller size when isolated in a limited environment. Found exclusively on Isla Escudo de Veraguas, a small island off the coast of Panama, the pygmy three-toed sloth is about 40% smaller than its mainland relatives. It has long, shaggy hair that often hosts a unique species of algae, giving its fur a greenish hue that provides excellent camouflage among the mangrove trees it calls home. These sloths are specialized mangrove dwellers and are also known to be adept swimmers, navigating the waters between the mangrove patches. Their entire existence is fragile, confined to an area of just a few square kilometers. Conservation efforts are crucial to protect their habitat from degradation and human disturbance, as the survival of this unique and miniature sloth hangs in the balance. Their rarity and isolation make them a subject of intense scientific interest, and a symbol of the vulnerability of island ecosystems. Maned sloth has dark fur that looks like a mane around its head. This species is native to a small, threatened patch of the Atlantic forest in Brazil. The long, black hair that grows around its head and shoulders gives it a distinctive, lion-like appearance, which is the origin of its name. This dark mane contrasts sharply with the paler fur on the rest of its body. The maned sloth is one of the most threatened of all sloth species due to severe habitat loss and fragmentation. The Atlantic forest has been extensively cleared for agriculture and urban development, leaving these sloths in isolated pockets of forest. They feed almost exclusively on the leaves of a few specific tree species, making them particularly vulnerable to changes in their environment. Their diet is so low in nutrients that they must spend the majority of their lives conserving energy, rarely moving from their chosen trees. Unlike other three-toed sloths, the maned sloth does not have the smiling facial expression, instead having a more stoic look. Protecting the remaining fragments of their forest home is the only way to ensure the future of this uniquely coiffed creature. Pale-throated sloth has light-colored fur on its throat and face. This three-toed sloth is easily identified by the patch of creamy or yellowish fur that extends from its throat up to its face, creating a stark contrast with the darker, grayish-brown fur on the rest of its body. Native to the tropical rainforests of northern South America, it shares the typical three-toed sloth lifestyle of slow, deliberate movements and a diet of leaves. The males of this species have a unique feature, a bright orange or yellow patch of fur on their backs, known as a speculum, which is believed to play a role in attracting mates. Like its relatives, it spends nearly its entire life hanging upside down from tree branches, using its 3 long, curved claws for grip. This inverted lifestyle has led to some amazing adaptations, including internal organs that are anchored in place to prevent them from pressing down on the lungs. The pale-throated sloth has an incredibly slow metabolism and a multi-chambered stomach to help it digest the tough, fibrous leaves that make up its diet. It is a solitary animal, quietly navigating the canopy and contributing to the forest ecosystem by pruning trees as it feeds. Linnaeus' two-toed sloth, a strong sloth with long arms for hanging from branches. Named after the famous naturalist Carl Linnaeus, this species is known for its impressive upper body strength. Its arms are significantly longer than its legs, an adaptation perfectly suited for its suspensory, or hanging, lifestyle. These powerful limbs allow it to move through the canopy with a steady, hand-over-hand motion. Unlike three-toed sloths, it has 2 large claws on its front feet and 3 on its back feet. It is larger and generally more active than its three-toed counterparts, often covering more ground during its nocturnal foraging sessions. Its diet is also more varied, including a mix of leaves, fruits, flowers, and even some animal matter. The fur of the Linnaeus' two-toed sloth is long and shaggy, providing excellent insulation and a home for algae, which gives it a greenish tint for camouflage. This sloth has a longer snout and lacks the distinct facial markings of the three-toed varieties, giving it a different, though equally endearing, appearance. Its strength and adaptability have allowed it to thrive in a wide range of forest habitats across South America. Bradypus sloth, a three-toed sloth known for its slow and calm nature. The name Bradypus literally means slow foot in Greek, a perfectly fitting description for this genus of sloths. These animals are the epitome of a slow-paced life, an evolutionary strategy to conserve energy on a low-calorie diet of leaves. Members of the Bradypus genus are characterized by having 3 long, curved claws on each of their forelimbs. They possess a unique physical trait, extra vertebrae in their necks, which allow them to turn their heads up to 270 degrees. This incredible flexibility helps them scan for food and predators without having to move their entire body. Their faces are famously marked with coloration that gives them the appearance of a permanent, gentle smile. They are diurnal, meaning they are active during the day, though active is a relative term for an animal that may sleep for up to 15 hours. Their fur is a miniature ecosystem of its own, hosting moths, beetles, fungi, and algae, all of which contribute to the sloth's camouflage and may even provide supplemental nutrients. Choloepus sloth, a two-toed sloth that can move a little faster than others. This genus, which includes Hoffmann's and Linnaeus' two-toed sloths, is distinguished by having 2 claws on its forelimbs. While still incredibly slow compared to most mammals, Choloepus sloths are noticeably more agile and can travel at a slightly quicker pace than their three-toed Bradypus cousins. They are nocturnal, spending their nights foraging through the forest canopy for a wider variety of foods, including fruits and shoots in addition to leaves. Their more diverse diet may contribute to their slightly higher energy levels and activity. Physically, they are generally larger, with longer, shaggier fur and a more prominent snout. Unlike the seemingly smiling three-toed sloths, their facial features are different, often described as looking more like a pig or a Wookiee. They are also known for their surprisingly sharp teeth, which can deliver a painful bite if they feel threatened. Their adaptability and less specialized diet have allowed them to occupy a broader range of habitats across Central and South America compared to some of the more niche three-toed species. Three-toed sloth, famous for its constant smile and very slow movement. This is the classic image of a sloth that comes to mind for many people. The distinct facial coloration of the three-toed sloth gives it a perpetually serene and smiling expression, which has made it a beloved icon of the animal kingdom. They are masters of energy conservation, moving with an almost zen-like slowness that is dictated by their extremely low metabolic rate. Their diet is highly specialized, consisting almost exclusively of leaves from a small number of tree species. This makes them folivores or leaf eaters. To digest this tough plant matter, they have a large, complex stomach that works very slowly, with a single meal taking up to a month to process completely. They have 3 claws on all 4 of their feet, which they use to securely grip branches. Their unique ability to rotate their heads almost all the way around gives them a wide field of vision with minimal effort. This slow and steady creature is a perfect example of an animal that is completely in sync with its environment. Two-toed sloth, bigger than three-toed sloths and active at night. The two-toed sloth is a nocturnal creature, venturing out under the cover of darkness to search for food. They are generally larger and heavier than their three-toed relatives, with shaggier fur and longer limbs. Their name comes from the two large, hook-like claws on their front feet, while their back feet have three. This difference is a key way to tell the two sloth families apart. Their diet is more varied, which allows them to be a bit more energetic, though they are still far from fast. They will eat leaves, but also readily consume fruits, flowers, and buds, which provide more calories than a diet of just leaves. This dietary flexibility helps them thrive in a wide array of forest environments. Unlike the smiling three-toed sloths, the two-toed sloth has a longer snout and a different facial structure. They are also known to be more aggressive when provoked, capable of using their long claws and sharp teeth for defense. Their larger size and nocturnal habits make them a distinct and fascinating branch of the sloth family tree.